Yo, 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 what's happening? This your boy, the Professor. Want to invite y'all to another episode of the Professor's Discourse. Class is in session. Check it out. Yo, yo, what's happening? This your boy, the Professor in the building. Got my boy Ace in the building. Got Killer Cleve. And I got JR. What up, man? Y'all say something to the people.
Sir. Yes, sir. Oh, I'll go ahead. I'll go first. You know who it is. Killer Cleve, straight from the 813. You know me, or you going to get to know me if you don't know me already. But yeah, I'll go ahead. Give somebody else the flow.
Heard that. Ace, I saw you something in.
Yeah, it's your boy Ace. Out there 504.
Yeah.
That
You heard? You heard?
Yeah. You know, pretty glad to have y'all have me on, man. And hopefully we can, you know, top it up.
Yeah. JR, what up, man?
Yo, it's JR from the Jacktown, representing the 601, 228, and 662. Y'all come on in and see what we got for you tonight.
Don't forget about that 769 too now. You know what I'm saying? That's that new. Yeah. But we're gonna share some topics with y'all tonight, man. We're gonna talk about three good old topics, man. We're gonna touch on the NBA, we're gonna touch on that DOGE, and we're gonna touch on Ukraine. We're gonna just go ahead and just jump right on into it, man. The first topic we're gonna jump on is that DOGE, man. It's like this. DOGE sent out a mass email. They want 5 things you did last week that was your best things. If you don't respond by 11:59 Eastern Time PM tonight, hey, you might have gone resign. That's what they said. I'm just the one that's reporting it to you. You know what I'm saying? But that's what they said. You better respond or resign. What y'all think about that? Your job on the line because you don't respond to this email? That's wow, B. What's up? Somebody talk to me right quick. I ain't gonna point nobody out specifically. Somebody just jump in on that one.
Honestly, I mean, I would say I'm gonna preface this by saying I'm not the most informed. I am becoming more informed. I'm doing my own trying to do my own research and stuff when it comes to this DOGE stuff. When it comes to the legality of Elon Musk's whole enterprise that is DOGE, I feel like there's just a lot of conflicting interests in general when it comes to a person who's a part of the 0.1% who is, well, not even talking about the 0.1%. Look, fuck it. He's the richest man in the world. So I feel like morally there's already a conflict of interest there. We're talking about the richest man in the world in charge of, pretty much American lives, ordinary American lives that'll never see that type of money, even close to that type of money in their lives. So there's that. But in terms of like his whole email, I do feel like personally, I feel like it's overreach. I feel like it's an overreach in power. I don't think that it just sounds too reminiscent of how Musk treated I guess you call it X now. It used to be Twitter. But it's just reminiscent of how he treated the employees there. It kind of like gave them ultimatums to where they kind of were forced to, if they wanted to stay, they would have to, adapt to what he wanted to do. And I feel like that's just more of what he's doing right now. I don't agree with it. Again, I don't know all of the legality, but I'm trusting that at least some of the Democrats that are in power right now are doing that. I have complete faith in someone like AOC, honestly.
I mean, I get it. What I would say is, what you're saying is because this man is so rich, I mean, $300 billion plus in his bank account, that he's tipping the scale to a certain narrative, and it's unfair to the average working man. Whether you're
right,
black, brown, purple, white, red, yellow, green, whatever the fucking color you want to define yourself as, or us, them, he, she, whatever. This man is tipping the scales in your opinion. I'm just, just kind of.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking about a private citizen who already has, before he paid his way into the Trump administration. Let's call it what it is. Call a spade. But
he definitely did that.
Before that, this man has several government contracts, like worth hundreds of millions of dollars. So I feel like there's a huge conflict of interest, or at least there should be. And I don't know why. I guess the right wingers or the Republicans that are in office or in Congress, I don't know why they have so much faith in someone like that. I just don't. I don't see the logic in it. I say that.
Well, there's no logic. I mean, it's about money. I mean, Ace, Ace, JR, what you think about that money? Like, I mean, this man got long money, so you gonna, what you gonna do? Who running the country? Elon or no?
Well, from the looks of it, it looks like Elon Musk is running it. And last I heard, did nobody vote for him? He first is from South Africa. Why do you have somebody that has foreign interests?
Exactly.
At the helm of this cabinet that no one voted for. I'm not a MAGA promoter, but at the same time, the guy who got elected is basically taking a sidestep to let this foreigner run the country and dictate what we're doing with federal employees. These people have been on these positions.
Let me ask you this, J. Otto, but this is the same person that said that he don't want people to come in, immigrants and all that crap. Ain't this the same dude that want to build a wall and all that? I mean, I'm saying you letting the foreigners run the country.
It's certain type of immigrants. If you're a brown immigrant, that only applies to the brown immigrants.
That type of person.
It doesn't apply to one that lives in South Africa and can pass as a Caucasian. So it doesn't apply. That rule doesn't apply for him.
Well, I'm saying
who else brings their child in there into the Oval Office and the child whispers, "Oh, we secretly run everything anyway." If you didn't hear that sound bite, you might want to let the viewers know what that child who looks at the age of 4 or 5 is saying, we secretly run the world anyway.
Well, come on.
What does a 4 or 5-year-old know about secretly running the world?
Well, we're not going to talk about a child necessarily, because we don't want to be disparaging against a child. The child only going to do what a parent is teaching them. That's what a child will do.
That's true.
So we're not going to talk. I'm not disagreeing with that at all.
We're talking about a billionaire playboy with 13 children. If you did that, you'd be called a whoremonger.
Well, he got the bank account to support all them kids. You know what I'm saying? Support. We got Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon got about 13 baby mamas. You know what I'm saying? So
he's rich though.
And Cannon got bread too, so that's why he's not looked at as a whoremonger.
Right, you got bread, you know what I'm saying? But you got that's it, you know what I'm saying? But if you got, a couple baby mamas and you on child support and you ain't got millions in the bank, it is what it is. But it's situations. Everything is situational. You can't really necessarily base it on the money.
If I was a trapper and had 10 kids and they were running around on welfare and the mothers were living there in subsidized living, y'all would probably want me locked up.
I would tell you to stop producing. You know what I'm saying? Because
now you want to castrate me. You see what I'm saying? It's a double standard.
I said I just want you to stop producing because maybe you're not putting the best influence out there if you trapping, but maybe you are. Who knows? I mean, those girls had to be willing, or women had to be willing to want to have all those children, at the same time. They know what you was about. If they didn't, then, hey, it is what it is. But we can go into that a different type. But yes, I do agree that Elon is You know, he's on some extreme bullshit. Let's just be straight up. Extreme bullshit.
My heart goes out to you is what he said.
Oh yeah, when he did a Nazi sign. Yeah, when he did a Nazi salute. Oh yeah, that people said, oh, he wasn't doing a Nazi salute. He was throwing his heart out there. Yeah, he did.
Quick, did you see all the Nazi signs, all the Nazi salutes that happened at the CPAC recently?
You know, I did not.
Bannon did one, and then there was this one Hispanic guy who did one, and the Hispanic guy literally said, "I'm not gonna do it with my hands," but he literally said, "My heart," and he did it, and then he said, "Goes out to you." Like it's almost like they're trolling. They're trying to troll us at this point. Like I don't see why that's why that's able to fly in politics now. I feel like Trump has normalized that shit, and I feel like that's just so unbecoming of a politician, of who we the people vote to represent us. I don't feel like that's, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it is what exactly it. Listen, the MAGA phrase is exactly what it is. It's a throwback to the time frame of when politicians were out there battling each other. You've had politicians in the past, one in particular that's on a $10 bill, that died because of a duel. You know, so this is not necessarily new in politics. It's new for modern times, because we have posed to progressed beyond that brutality of this is politics. But politics is war to a degree. Ace, what's your input in regards to these mass emails that, hey, you better respond, because I know I remember this phrase that a lot of people say, you better get down and lay down. I mean, what side you on?
Yeah, they definitely getting gangster with it, and I think that's because you're not dealing with typical politicians. Who we talking about? We talking about Trump, and we talking about Elon Musk.
Right.
Neither one of them ain't politicians, man. They shrewd businessmen. You know what I'm saying? And we got them as the head of the country, man. Let's call it what it is, man. They straight. We got gangsters that's running shit right now. The Caucasian version of gangster that's running the country, man. That's how I see it, because both of them rich as hell, and they used to get what they want, man. They don't ask. Motherfuckers like that don't ask for money. They take money. They say, okay, this is what I need. This is what I could do for you. That's the type of mindset both of them have. So I think what you see with the mass email, a politician would never do no shit like that. Biden wouldn't do it. Obama wouldn't do it. Clinton wouldn't do it. I don't even think neither one of the Bushes would do that type shit. So with that being said, I'm just speaking to, you're not dealing with typical politicians, man. You're dealing with rich Caucasian men who used to get what they want, and they don't have nobody to stop them, man. Okay, the majority, the GOP is they got the Senate, they got the House, they got, they probably gonna get all the governors, so they going along, the party's going along with the foolishness because they want to get their foolishness through. They see their opportunity to push their bullshit through. You know what I'm saying? To help whoever they campaign or politician to help. They got to keep their promises. So they looking at the situation like, okay, we part of the winning team. Like, who gonna check Trump, man? Who? They didn't try to put the man in jail, and he became president. This man feel he's invincible. Can't nobody fuck with him. And I really don't see nobody that can. I mean, You got judges riding with him. You know what I'm saying? They dropping charges against him. You know, I mean, then you got Elon Musk as his right hand man. They straight
Is he the right
gangstering
hand?
the damn White House,
Hand
man.
man? Hold on. Is Elon the right hand man or Trump the right hand man?
Man, Elon is the goddamn pit bull. God damn it. Trump is Nino Brown, and God damn it, I say Elon Musk is goddamn uh one of his goddamn dogs, man. You
Well,
know, because at
but
the end of the day, Elon Musk wouldn't have no power if
He
it
G
weren't for
Money.
Trump.
He G Money.
yeah,
Yeah,
Elon G
well,
Money. Yeah, Elon G Money. Elon G
yeah,
Money.
well, and my bro, yeah,
Well, hey,
gon' make Elon G money
I gotta make him G Money
because
because look, he bought that bread, and then you use the word goddamn so many times. I gotta make him G Money. You know what I'm talking about? Goddamn
yeah,
money.
yeah,
That's what he is.
like real talk, man. Because you dealing with some straight gangster, man. Some straight gangster shit. They motherfucking setting the pace. They don't give a fuck if you like it or not, man. It's a get down or lay down mentality, and they showing you that with the email. You know, not only do you have to submit and respond to the email, but you gotta prove to them how you being productive. So
Exactly.
here it is. You can respond to the email and still be fucked over. Like, okay, this the 5 things you accomplished. You know what I'm saying? If they feel it's not to their standards, and whatever
Right.
standard that is, who knows what they're looking for? You know what I'm saying? They can still say, "Man, go and get up out of here." And at the end of the day, I see the good in it, and I see the bullshit in it. Because at the end of the day, service is terrible from top to bottom, every industry. And it service has to do with people. People don't give a goddamn, man. We gonna take every shortcut, every lazy route that we can if it's available. You know what I'm saying? We're not
Right.
gonna work hard if it's not required. You know, so I mean that's a positive spin I see on it. But yeah, man, that's not spill.
I feel that. I feel that. I mean, that's great take. Great take. Can't take nothing away from that. I just want to say real quick, Elon been putting out some things, man. He put out, he promoted a invented story about condoms for Gaza. He put out a false claim about DOGE savings, saying that they had, saved $109 billion when the clock started. Misleading about social security data. I mean, the man has been doing, he casting baseless a bit suspicion upon tax credit under Trump and Biden. Misrepresenting a Pentagon contract for defense against cyber attacks. It just goes back to this DOGE particular agency where they are made up of four, like they have different like teams. They go out to different agencies, and it consists of four people. One, a DOGE appointed lead. The second, or one of the members, is four. Engineer. The third being an HR representative, a supervisor, HR representative, and the fourth, an attorney, a lawyer. And these particular four people go into different agencies, and they have access to everything the agency has. And their agenda or their mandate is to make this particular agency efficient. One of the biggest hypocrisies of that is, hey, they just let go of like 6,500 personnel at the IRS during the middle of the tax season. And we know that our current president is infamous about how he used tax loops and retain money and also never released his income tax information so that he could be, held accountable or whatever the case may be. But a lot of things have been spewed, and it's like, hold up, like, so is this a like plausible deniability type crap? Then you got the FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration, that fined Elon Musk and SpaceX, or fined SpaceX $600,000 last year, like in September, and now he's making that agency more efficient by letting people go. It's a conflict of interest when you have a person that's tapped in with that amount of money, trying to give advice to a government, and is not only giving advice to the government, because we've had financial advisors like a Warren Buffett, a Bill Gates. They've provided information to the government as far as consultant when it came to financial or fiscal accountability. The difference with this is you've actually appointed this person into office, and as JR pointed out, this man is from South Africa. This is an outsider. I mean, you say you don't want immigrants coming in and running the country, but it doesn't seem that way, because you got an immigrant that is basically running the country. How in the hell your people really fall for that shit and don't see it as what it is? Because this immigrant has bought everything that he wants to, and now he's saying, hey, shit, I own y'all. I already got y'all on X. I got y'all. I took y'all Twitter. I changed it from Twitter. I call it X. You know what I'm saying? I took a famous inventor's last name and brought him out and said, you know what? I'm gonna build this electric car. Y'all gonna buy this, and the government gonna subsidize me every year if I don't sell cars, because you know what? I'm providing electric cars. Then, you know what I'm saying? I'm from out of town, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't go by the same monogamous rules that y'all go by. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to name my child a certain name. I make him a number. You know what I'm saying? Then I don't wear ties, suit and ties, when I come to the Oval Office. I'm who I am. You better respect this money. You know what I'm saying? Because you better do what? Get out and lay down. Anybody had any more spills they want to drop down on this DOGE mass email? If not, I'm moving to the next subject. Anybody had any words on that?
I just wanted to send a shout out to everybody that's going on tremendous pressure from this right now. Just know that you're in our thoughts and our prayers. This is definitely not fair, and I got your back.
Yeah, real talk. Yeah, we are not promoting any one of y'all losing y'all jobs. We don't want to see that. That puts us in a financial turmoil. We don't want to see nobody lose their jobs. But this is an attack on us as the people that put these particular people in charge. The next thing we'll talk about is the war in Ukraine. Who started this squabble? Now, the new narrative is Ukraine started their own war against Russia, that Russia ran up on Ukraine. Like, we all saw it. This is 3 years in the make. This is 3 years. This is going on the third year of this damn war. And we know that Russia started this damn war. They wanted to bring Ukraine back under control of the USSR, the old school shit. And now they telling you, hey, nah, man. Ukraine, y'all started this shit. Like, come on. Like, don't make this like 1984 for real. Like, everybody sees it. But you gonna whitewash the shit. You know what I'm saying? Make motherfuckers all of a sudden they Ukraine started the war. I remember a stupid ass motherfucker came into a store that I worked in and told me that Barack Obama was the president when September 11 took place. And I said, ma'am, what news do you watch? And she said, well, I watch Fox News. I said, I know. I figured that. And she said, what do you mean? I said, well, listen, the truth is it happened on the Bush administration. But you watch a station that's going to lie to you just so you will watch this shit. But no worries, ma'am. Just know the real truth, okay? There is real truth out here. And she was like, I guess you're right, you know, and left. But it was like, come on. Like, she was older than me and knew she saw what she actually saw, but was so convinced. It's like, fuck it. I don't know, just get some popcorn, man, and just enjoy this show, man. What y'all think about that? Ukraine started this war. they started a war with an invading country.
No, they definitely didn't start this war, my brother. But that's the narrative that's gonna be painted. They just want Zelensky to step down, which he said he'd gladly do. They're trying to use everything. Oh, you won't let the people vote. What people do you know that wants to come out and vote when there's drone strikes and people shooting missiles and ARs at them? I don't think I'd be too inclined to go to the poll that day, just myself. But you know,
you know,
I'm just saying, they'll paint these false narratives for people to, try to play out in the American people's head like, hey, it's a war going on, but everything's peaceful. You can come right on out and vote. No,
no,
there's people that have been overseas in this group that understand that America probably portrays stuff on the news differently than actual reality what's going on in that city or that state that you're currently in. I would call home frequently, and my mother would be in tears, saying, "I just want you to make it home safely." And I'm like, "Why you say that?" Well, they say this and that is going on there. Well, no, that's not going on where I'm at, but I can't paint the narrative of what's being portrayed to the American people, and that's sad that you have people are risking their lives for the country, and you won't even tell the truth about what's going on downrange. So, just to sum it up, Russia invaded Ukraine because, like the professor said, they wanted to reclaim former Soviet Union SSR territory that they had lost, and these people have founded a new state there. And guess what? They're happy. They want to live under a democracy, not a dictatorship. So they have a right to choose that. And because they don't want to choose the dictatorship, they've been forced into a war, forced to flee their country, forced to scrap for food, forced to try to get anything they can to survive. That's all I just want the people to understand. These people are going through a lot. And for them to slap them in the face like that, saying they're the reason this war is going on,
yeah,
it just took the cake with me.
yeah.
And that's my take on that.
You know what's even more interesting, Doc, is that we was in the United Nations today voting against Ukraine and saying this in the United Nations that we voted with Russia, saying that hey, our administration has just voted with Russia in the United Nations saying that hey, Russia didn't start this war. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's a huge swing of the pendulum from when me and you were little. When we
right.
grew up, Russia was the enemy. We grew up as that. And now 2025 is here, and now they're our best friend. It's amazing to me. Like that's just so amazing to me.
That's crazy. It's crazy talk. You know what I'm saying? Like who believes that? You feel me? Like who believes that? And you just look at like the extreme so like distant in this country right now. It's like so divided to a degree where you can be at your job and okay, these people doing this thing, this, that, and the third, but then when it comes to this politics, boy, you see the animal that you already know is there, but it's like, damn, you really that fucked up? Like, you really that fucked up? Like, Killer Clee, what you think? What you think, man? Like, you want a person to piss in your leg and tell you it's raining?
Well, you already know my answer.
Shit.
Hell no. And then jumping back to what y'all were just talking about, who supports this, who thinks this kind of backwards thinking, we can spell it out. Mazis. That's all it is. That's how I feel. That's why I feel those are the ones who support that kind of nonsense. If I can be frank, then I also agree with JR talking about the nonsense with the nonsense that they're trying to paint on Zelensky, talking about he didn't want to hold an election.
Right.
While the Constitution, their Constitution says that during war, time of conflict, they're in martial law, and in martial law there is no election, and they've been in martial law pretty much for years now. Now, in terms of my thoughts, you want to say something?
No. I was agreeing. I was saying, yeah.
I was going to say, in terms of my thoughts on the war in Ukraine and who started the squabble, just like JR said, and I'm pretty sure y'all are going to echo my same sentiment. I feel like it's a no-brainer in this one. In what was that? 2014, the Crimean invasion. That was Russia annexing Crimea. That was
facts.
I mean, even though they say it was, I guess, limited in its political nature, we all know what it was. JR literally said it. Like, this is Putin trying to grab historically Soviet Union land.
Right. USSR. USSR.
But like he also, like JR pointed out, these people are their own sovereign, their own sovereign countries now. So
right.
They're free to choose. Now, they are bordering Russia. So honestly, I feel like people who choose to, like, because I know they've voted maybe a couple times to actually be annexed into Russia. I don't know if this was, under the influence of Putin or not, but I would assume that citizens over there in Crimea who would vote to be annexed to Russia, I feel like that would just be nothing but fear, fear of what they would believe to be the inevitable, which is, Russia is going to keep sending people, because we're talking about one of the biggest countries. One of the biggest countries in the world.
Yeah, so, it's on two continents. It's spread across two continents almost.
Literally, they have bodies to throw at whatever goal Putin wants. Now, you did touch on a good subject, or a good little point with the UN, and how when the UN made the amendments to the resolution, it was literally only Putin and Trump and maybe a couple other countries who were against that shit. And that's just like you said. When I read that in the news, I almost want to say my mouth opened, like my mouth dropped, my jaw dropped, because I was like, how backwards are we now that we're now siding with Putin?
Right.
Fucking Putin, bro. Like even the what was that? The New York Post or the Washington Times? Somebody posted their front page was a picture of Putin saying this is a dictator. So even we even got some of these Republican or billionaire owned newspapers stepping up and saying, what's going on? I don't know how much this will do. Hopefully this will start to galvanize the people. I don't know how much it'll take. I hate to say that. I feel like it's gonna take for people's wallets to be hurt and for people to get to that point where now they need it and now they ask for it and now all of a sudden it's gone. Like, I feel like there's a lot of people who are still in the dark in this stuff. You know,
I got you right here. I got an image for you right here that's going, it might go over some people's heads, and that's fine, But this is gonna be exactly what the hell, and it's gonna go over some people's heads. That's fine. Let's see if I can get this shit getting a little bigger.
What Jeezy say? In this crazy world. Was that his song? In this crazy world? Something like that?
You see it?
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
exactly what he said.
That's exactly
crazy world.
That's it. That's it right there. And if motherfuckers ain't watched it, they'll never get it. They're like, oh man, it's boring as fuck. Okay. All right. It is. It can be. Until you watch it and then you understand the storyline. You watching it right now play out in front of your fucking face. And you're like, I don't get it. I know. They dropping breadcrumbs. They dropping breadcrumbs. I mean, it's in your face now, but they've been dropping breadcrumbs. Ace, what you got? What you got on that, man? I know we didn't get your spiel on it. Ace, you with us?
Yeah, I'm here. Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna take a different perspective on it. I think Ukraine did start that war with the American influence. America always had their hand in bullshit, man. They like to do shit and hide their hand, For starters, if you think about the NATO countries, right? Over the years, the NATO countries have been easing their way towards Russia. Because what was Ukraine trying to do before the war popped off? They wanted to join NATO.
Okay.
And Putin was against that. Like, no, right. Y'all can't, And I remember there was a report. It was on, wasn't on American mainstream news. It was on one of these foreign news channels on YouTube, where Putin accused America of having illegal labs in Ukraine testing different DNA strands with animals, fucking with that shit, the same shit that was going on in Wuhan. Putin accused Ukraine of having similar labs and they doing similar tests, right? So with that being said, with Putin having that information, allegedly, and you look at the map of all these NATO countries, all of them is heading towards Russia. Let me see if I can show you an example of it real quick. I think I got it pulled up. See if I can give you an example. Yeah, here's a map right here. Okay. See if I can get it. Okay, the blue are NATO countries. Okay. NATO countries. And if you look, let me see if I can. And if you look, Belarus, Ukraine, and Russia is not part of NATO. But Ukraine was making a campaign. They want to be a part of NATO.
Yeah. We know. We listen.
Okay.
we know that NATO. We know that Putin did not want to have NATO in his backyard or his front door. We understand that narrative, but that does not put Ukraine in the position of they started the war when Ukraine first when Zelensky was involved, the current administration was in the fucking administration. You know what I'm saying? You don't forget, you don't remember that Biden son was a part of the Trump's first fucking run when he got impeached, when he said, "Hey, I need some information about Biden, and I need to know. If not, I ain't gonna send you no money, or I ain't gonna send you these missiles, or I ain't gonna send you these planes or some shit." It was like money. They was already at war or getting ready to start war. You know what I'm saying, with Russia. Mm-hmm. Russia was already trying to start war. Putin was already trying to get on Ukraine before.
Right.
But I'm saying before. So this ain't nothing like Ukraine ran up on Russia. Come on, man. Russia.
Well, let's speak to the labs, the secret labs that Putin accused Ukraine of having, that was sponsored by America. Let's speak to that point.
All right.
Okay, so with that being said, with that Putin having that information, okay, and he doesn't want NATO in his backyard, and they're doing experiments with animal DNA in his backyard, yeah, I would invade too. Like, look, y'all allowing all this foolishness to go on next door, and it's going to spill over here to my house, and I can't have that. And if you remember, when the war first started with Zelensky, right? It was all a propaganda. It was all a show, because this man was wearing the same thing every time you saw him. The green shirt with the dark pants, like he was finna go to war, like he was finna go on the front line or something. Y'all remember that? For every time they showed him, he wearing the same thing, got the same uniform on.
Hey,
yeah, and that was all a game. And I'm gonna also say that Zelensky got videos of him, like commercials of him in drag. Now I don't give a fuck, B. Like, anytime you dealing with that sodomite spirit, that homosexual spirit, all that right there, I don't trust it. I ain't down with it. And we see from the outside looking in, Trump ain't down with the fugazi shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I just give a little pushback to, what was, all that was said, so I definitely see everybody's point, but I hope you guys can, be open-minded to at least consider what I'm saying.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I ain't knocking your points. I ain't knocking your point. Yeah, definitely the last point about Zelensky.
Yeah, B, and you can go on YouTube and he lipstick and all. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
I ain't with the fugazi, so
right. Hey, look.
And they made him president. They made this man president after doing that. Like, okay.
I'm not on this MAGA shit. I'm not on this MAGA shit, but I do agree with everything they say about that damn, like, the social transition shit. Like, I fucks with them on that. That's like the only thing I can fuck with them on. Like everything else is like, hey, what the fuck y'all doing?
But ask yourself, why is America pushing that shit everywhere? Everywhere they go.
That's just some
limit the population.
Yeah,
to limit the population.
Exactly. Yeah, depopulation. Yeah, depopulation. Because if you can turn the motherfuckers, you attack them internally. You know what I'm saying? Like we had talked with a friend of ours that's, remain nameless, but this person lives outside of the country, and this person was telling us about how the population is changing to where some of the numbers are opening up to where they're like, hey, you know what? Y'all need to have more babies. Our population is dwindling. So it's rules to this madness. it's gonna be some rules that we ain't gonna agree with. But there's some rules to this madness. Some of these things that are taking place now have to take place. But we ain't no damn fool. We know that Ukraine didn't run up on Russia. Russia ran up on Ukraine. Now, Ukraine was a sovereign nation prior to Russia running up on them. But now, if the world don't step in, Ukraine ain't gonna be able to continue to hold that fight, and everybody know it. You know what I'm saying? They put up a good fight, but we're gonna have to throw in the towel and just say, hey, you know. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
They want to become part of NATO so they can get protected by the other European states, but
right.
They're trying to stop that. So
yeah, it's right. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty much over with now. You know, all that money that's been spent is wasted. It's just fucking wasted. Or is it wasted? You know what I'm saying? Like now it's a strong arm move. America telling Ukraine, hey, we want 50% of your resources, your mineral resources. We want 50%. So now it's like an extortion type shit.
Don't
you know
forget
what
the
I'm saying?
forever part.
Forever, right? Exactly. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's some extortion type shit.
Gangster.
That's some extortion. That's some extortion.
That's straight gangster shit.
Well, that's
Trump. Trump ain't no politician, man. But he ain't dealing with a politician.
But that creates
Nino Brown and G Money.
Right. I my brother's keeper, nigga. Like he's straight. He running the Carter. He running America. He running the world like the Carter projects, nigga.
But when you run that shit like that, when you run that gambit, and you know we approaching the 250-year mark in 2 years, and next year we'll be at the 250-year mark. Bro, it's imperative not to make resentful. It's imperative not to make resentful of them.
All right, bedtime.
It's imperative to make sure that you don't make America resentful in other people's eyes, because if you do, what'll happen is, man, people don't want to come back from that. You know what I'm saying? People don't want to come back and shop with you. You feel me?
Seems like we just have to extort them at this point.
At this point,
that's just that seems like I'm being negative, but it's also a truth. So that's why it seems like it's a narrow gaze. But if they want protection, give me half of your stuff.
Give me half your shit, and I got you. You know what I'm saying? I got you.
It's amazing. That sounds like extortion.
It is. That's exactly what it is. It's nothing less. I'm just walking in saying, "Hey, this is my shit."
Deal.
You know what I'm saying? That's what you got to deal with. It's just, hey, you want me, right? You want
forever.
Me,
that's
right?
That's
forever.
Crazy. I'm talking about
forever.
After we die, after our kids die. That's what I'm saying.
Forever. Come on,
they're gonna be repaid at some point past that deal.
Russia ain't going nowhere. You do know Germany has not yet to pay all its war debts. If y'all didn't know, Germany has yet to pay all the European nations and us their war debts. Just so y'all are aware.
I didn't know that. See, I feel like this proposal by Trump was just him swinging his trying to swing it, but obviously I don't feel like Zelensky was going for that.
He ain't got no choice. At this point, he ain't got no choice. Zelensky ain't got no choice.
He do no counter proposal?
Ain't no counter proposal. It's gonna be, hey, you're gonna have to get down or lay down. Either you're gonna become Russian or you can be independent and you've been American. And we own your shit. That's basically what it's come down to. And these two niggas had already sided with each other and said, hey, if you get him, I get him. What you gonna do? That's all. That's what it came down to. That conversation the two niggas had said, hey, I got him or you got him. What you gonna do? You can get some of this money or you get none of this money. That's just basically what it comes down to. We don't put too much money in, so we got to get some return. So that's why he giving them that, this leeway. And Europe is like, oh, well, what y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna bag out of us? Pretty much. So we gonna basically isolate ourselves by trying to insulate ourselves. That's what it looked like under this administration. We're gonna try to insulate ourselves, which ain't always. It's like playing chess. You castle too damn early, and that's what happens. You end up losing. So maybe it's a good castle, or maybe it's a bad castle. But it seemed to me it's too early to be castling, and that's what this cat doing. If you know how to play chess, you know what I just said. If you don't, hey, step your game up. We'll move on to the next subject. Anybody got anything else they want to add with that? I don't want to be too much long-winded. We talked about how Ukraine getting it in, they getting their ass kicked. They were kicking some ass, but they getting their ass kicked, and it's getting bad. It's getting real bad. And maybe we need to get the hell out of there. I mean, we're not in there, but we are in there. Anybody got any last words they want to talk about with that squabble in Ukraine? If not,
prayers towards the people.
That's it. If not,
sides, honestly, I'm sorry. Yeah, but on both sides, honestly, because bloodshed is bloodshed, whether it be for right or wrong.
Right. Yeah, soldiers. As soldiers, you go out there and the most honorable death is on the war field. You know what I'm saying? That's the most honorable death you can get. But we're gonna switch up to something light. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna talk about something that's again, they could be offensive or something. We're gonna get back to this NBA real quick. Quick NBA update. Unfortunately, we had to see that they had to shut down Wembanyama. He was slated to win the Defensive Player of the Year. He went down. He had blood clots or blood clot. They detected in his right shoulder, similar to what Chris Bosh experienced. But, he ended up having to retire. Lucky for Chris Bosh, it happened at the end of his career versus where this is happening at the beginning of Wembanyama's career. For this year, it's going to sideline him. We'll see if he'll come back. Hopefully he does come back. I mean, the kid has got great talent. The new trade that happened with the Lakers, I am a Laker fan. Prior to shout out to RIP to Kobe Bryant. We do have LeBron that's in there, and then he got his son there. Of course, hey, that's the best thing I've seen as far as on the father-son connection. But they made that trade though. How the hell they get Luka, and they got rid of somebody that is always hurt? And it's like, damn, that was a great trade for the Lakers. And how the hell? Why would the Dallas Mavericks give basically a generational talent over to the Lakers? What happened in Dallas? That's the real question. What happened in Dallas? Because you're going to give away a generational talent? Because let's just be real. Right now in the careers of LeBron and Luka is better than LeBron. LeBron is better mentally because he's been there for fucking 20 years. He can play the game and he's still physically in shape. But Luka, because his youth, is just better because he's just fucking younger. But why would you give up a Luka out of Dallas? Somebody got to holler at me on that. Who got something to say about that?
I think the NBA was just trying to set a precedence for, you know, if you look at the ages of most of the superstars right now in the NBA, you got LeBron James at 40, you got Kevin Durant at 36, you got Curry at age 36, you got James Harden at age 35, Westbrook age 35, and Damian Lillard is age 34. So most of the players marquee that people go out to see are, at pressing it to the max at least at 14, 15 seasons at this point. I think they're trying to set a trend for the next group that nobody's not tradable, nobody's intradable, and they would have had to pay him max salary to keep him. And now the Lakers, all they got to do is just get him to buy in to, hey, if you can study under this guy, you can be one of the best. If you model your game after this guy, you could have you some MVPs because he comes there with just some all NBA play as far as trophies and stuff. He's just been an all NBA player up to this point. He hasn't been a MVP of the league like Embiid or the Joker. He you know, I like to compare him to Dirk Nowitzki. He was a Dirk, and Dirk said he hated to see him leave Dallas, but I think with the front office, they got tired of him drinking beer, which is common in his country. So we can't turn our nose up to what he's been doing in his country, and is like that's what they do. And I lived in Germany for 6 months, and it's a beer factory in every town. So, and it's way put higher percentage alcohol than what we're drinking over here. So that's just something you understand. It may have had something to do with his conditioning. It may have had something to do with him playing to the refs. But I think the league itself was just trying to send a message out to any player going forward that you're not non-tradable. Anybody is on the expenditure block, and I think is after LeBron and some of these other players, nobody will ever get a no trade clause ever again because of the antics of some of these people, like the Zion Williamsons. Like, hey, I'm paying you guaranteed money, and you missed more games than you played since you've been here, and that's just one guy we're talking about. But Wimby is a great guy. But if I invest a lot of money in him, and this becomes like a severe condition where you're having to be on blood thinners, and I don't think a lot of people understand. Like once you start on a blood thinner, it can cause your body to, if I bump you, now you're gonna have bruising everywhere. Like hematomas come up. That's like a blood clot come up under your skin. So it's you have to be careful with these players, and then they're worth a whole lot of money. So I don't know if he's going to risk his life to play basketball. At that, especially at a 82 game season, is already a lot different than the Euro ball that he's used to playing in France, where it's more of a finesse game. And then over here, we do finesse, but you got some big guys down there that want to bang with him, man, and like the Embiids and the Jokers that want to put their elbow on him, and that he can't, with his slender frame, he can't hold up to that. So that's just something to think about as far as health wise. I want to give Chris Paul a shout out. He's 39 years old. He just came number 2 all time in steals in NBA history. Shout out to him, still pushing on with the San Antonio Spurs. I don't know if they're going to do anything without Wemby being there, but he's a great guy. They also got Darren Fox from the Kings recently. So I think if he just studies under Chris Paul, he'll be a great asset coming up for Wemby, in the next 4 or 5 years. I think they'll be on the top of the league once some of these players I mentioned earlier in the conversation have retired and taking their gold jackets, and they're forever enshrined in whatever city they might have played in. But yeah,
Man,
I'm really I'm really enjoying the league right now because right now if you don't tune in now, you're gonna basically miss the greats that came from the late 2010s and up. And all you got forward to look for is the Jason Tatum's and the Jalen Browns and the Darren Foxes and the um, often injured players like Williamson and Ja Morant and guys like that. So it's a great time in the league for me. The Lakers are ascending currently. They are in the fifth seed. Tomorrow they play at Dallas. It's going to be, unfortunately, Anthony Davis, who's often injured, is going to be on the bench. Also, Gafford is hurt, and also Lively is hurt. So, it's going to be up to Klay Thompson to try to pull out some of that Golden State Warrior out of him to see if he can go for 36 and a quarter, and can Kyrie Irving, you know, put the handles on, on AR and Luca and keep them at bay. And it's just I just don't see the trade working out for the Mavericks in the long run because you traded somebody 25 that's not even in their prime yet for somebody that's in their prime and often injured. If you watch the Lakers in the last 5 years, Anthony Davis has missed almost as much as he's played. No knock to the guy. When he's on the court, he's definitely a defensive force to be reckoned with. But Rob Pelinka didn't want to give him what he wanted as far as letting him move to the four, which he's more natural at, and putting him a five back there. And you see the one game that he had that with in Dallas, the guy had a double double in the first half if you just give him what he asked for. And that's my take on that. Appreciate you for your time.
it's no, you down there, you down there able to see the Pelicans. I mean, are you keeping up with the Pelicans? Are you been watching basketball? Seeing, I mean, I know you said had your dreams on 2K. You know,
Yeah. All that,
yeah,
all that.
yeah.
Uh,
We know.
what I want to say is, yeah, go and get it off. Go and get it off. But yeah, shit, man. What I see, just to speak about the little Lakers situation. I know I'm in the NO, but I'm a Lakers fan.
Mhm.
Ever since Kobe, ever since the Kobe and Shaq era, I
That's
wasn't a
right.
fan when Magic was there.
That's right.
Sorry, I was riding with the Bulls. And anyway, I think that I think not David Stern. What's the new commissioner?
I just want to make sure.
Silver.
Yeah,
Yeah, you see that?
Silverman,
Yeah.
Adam Silverman.
Yeah, when he took over. Yeah, when he took over after David Stern. Yeah, when he took over.
Yeah, I
Shout out
think
to.
they had their hand all in that trade right there, because what it is, man, they know their ratings going down, man. If they
Well,
hear the
look.
talk on the TV.
Hey, look. And you touching on something. I ain't trying to interrupt you on it, but I want to kind of accent that with saying this. Boston won a championship last year. They can't leave the Lakers out. They got to get that damn rivalry back. And so they gave the Lakers something to help an Asian player that we like everybody like, oh, he ain't Kobe, he ain't Michael, he LeBron James, all that bullshit. They give this nigga everything this crybaby ass nigga get. But he's a great player. No doubt. He's a great player. But he ain't got that killer. And then they gave him a killer. A young killer. They gave him a young killer.
Yeah,
Luka.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Luka, a young killer.
Yeah, Yeah, Adam Silver had his hand all in that trade, I believe, because you have Anthony Davis, who they tried to make a marquee player, who they tried to make
Right,
a household name,
right,
and then you got Luka, who is, I mean,
exactly.
you know,
Out of that,
you could say a lot of negative, you could say a lot of negative things about Luka, but he was in the finals last year, if I recall.
he was in the
You
finals.
know,
He was in the finals.
uh,
Now Kyrie had a
so
lot to do with that. Kyrie had a lot to do with that. And that's
yeah,
why they got
yeah,
rid of. And that's why Dallas was so comfortable with letting him go, was because of Kyrie.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, man, Luka ain't no scrub, man. You know, he the type he don't really have to be in shape uh to do his thing because with him playing because he played he played professional when he was a teenager, so he his body have a lot of muscle memory and his body's still developing at the same time and
Yeah.
like JR said, that's their culture where he come from to drink uh beer or alcohol, whatever, so his body can handle it, or his body is used to it, where it doesn't affect him physically, where it impairs his game, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And just to speak about the Adam Silver point, man, he know the ratings are down, and he, uh, like Jr. said, a lot of these players they getting old, they need the new faces to pick up the ranks. So like the John Morants and the Zion Williams, the Lucas, the Joker, So they got to start some more rivalries out there. The Anthony Edwards, the Shea Gilgris, the De'Aaron
Yeah.
Fox,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, the NBA is a business. It's a business of entertainment.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
if they can't pay these players if they don't get these huge contracts for these advertisers. And if the advertisers see that the ratings going down, they're gonna stop giving these big contracts to these teams or to the NBA, and they're not gonna be able to pay these enormous salaries.
The,
So
the
yeah,
problem,
man. So
the problem that comes in with that is this right here, and I ain't trying to cut you off. I'm sorry. I apologize on that. I was to say, I think the problem that comes in with the NBA product right now, and why the ratings are down, is because the players are not playing for the ring. They're just playing to get the money. They're not playing for the prestige of playing in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a difference when I see LeBron James and I see Kobe Bryant. I see Kobe Bryant playing. He don't give a fuck about the bread outside of basketball. He ain't concerned with that because he gonna get the money. You know what I'm saying? He concerned with winning the damn game. I see the players that came up under LeBron. They don't care about
You
winning.
mean the Kobe Bryant that quit on his team in the playoffs and wouldn't shoot the ball?
What you talking about? He ain't shoot the ball. Julian, what are you
The
talking about?
whole second half, the whole entire second half when he got
You talking
pissed
about?
off at his team.
Yeah, yeah, that
Yeah,
particular,
Kobe
yeah,
Bryant that
yeah,
would not shoot, and
yeah.
his team got wore out.
Because
come
because
on,
he
man.
said his team didn't want to fucking win. That's why.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop you with your mockery. Give Cleveland his shot because I'm sitting here letting you do all this blasphemy, but I'm not gonna let you
So you
continue.
trying to say? Oh, so what you trying to say is that LeBron James
You give the next guy the
win?
opportunity. Give the next guy his opportunity. I'm not gonna let you do blasphemy up here.
Hey. First off, you know damn well Kobe Bryant better than LeBron James. Point blank. Period.
Go look at ESPN rating right now of where they
Hey,
were.
I don't give a damn.
I'm just
About the
telling you. I'm just
ratings.
telling you. I'm just telling you.
Please.
He's ranked around number 9, right? And Shaq is around number 10.
Come on, man.
I'm just being honest with you, and
Hey,
I'm just
how
you
you
just have to take out
how you gonna give 4 over 5?
after you got multiple. It don't matter. It don't matter after you got multiple of them.
You
That's
can't
right.
ask me.
Hey,
Because if that's the case, if that's the case, Bill Russell's number one forever. If that's the case, Bill Russell is number one forever. He's the king. He's King Ring. He's King Ring. He's King Ring.
Nobody's denying that part. If you're talking about that, but at the end of the day, what we talking about is, or what you talking about is, one person that dunked the slam dunk contest his whole damn career. His
in game dunks are so crucial. He doesn't have to do it. He's jumping over Tim Duncan, posterizing them. He jumped over Lucas like the guy wasn't even standing there.
Get you quickly out about the NBA, because he over here talking about something that ain't relevant. LeBron is not a Laker, okay? LeBron's an NBA player.
Unfortunately, I'm the wrong person to ask. I'm the wrong horse to ask in this race, because LeBron was responsible for giving my team my first NBA championship. So I will forever be indebted to Mr. LeBron James, even though I'm not a resident of Ohio. My name is Cleveland, so I have adopted all those teams. So thank you, LeBron, for that. First off. Now, real quick before we jump back to the fire, that's crazy. That's crazy that you're doing that. But yeah, before we jump back to the fire, talking about the Luka trade, all I have to say about that is insider trading. That was my first thought, because I was like, ain't no way no other teams knew about this stuff. It just kind of just slid almost. Almost sounded like under the radar, because it just came out of nowhere. But then I'm with Ace talking about people pulling strings outside. I didn't really think about people like David Stern or Adam Silver pulling strings. But I did. Okay.
Did you do the daily Wordle yet?
Yeah, that's my Alexa. She be telling me to do the Wordle. You got to do your daily Wordle. It's a brain power. But yeah, anyways.
Right, engage in mind.
Yeah. But I was pointing at the fact that the two teams' general managers, they've been friends for like 20 years now. I think that's what they said on the. Hold on, let me look it up. Yeah. Okay, so on a Vox article, it says that the Lakers GM, Rob Pelinka, has a deep friendship with the Mavs GM, and then that references another article that's talking about 2-decade relationship. So these boys have known each other for a hot second. So I feel like that would be another layer to that insider trading deal. So I'm with you, Ace. I completely feel like this was an insider thing. I don't feel like anybody outside really had a chance at netting these people, especially when we talk about the people who are on the squad, on the Lakers squad right now. That would be picture perfect if you seen LeBron and Bronny getting the NBA championship together. That would create a lot of revenue for the NBA, if I had to say so myself. But not even a quick update, since we shouting out Chris Paul, and I forget, did you shout somebody out? I forget who you shouted somebody out. But I'm gonna shout out my team, the Cleveland Cavaliers, who have been destroying it this year. We got the workhorse himself, Donovan Mitchell. I don't know. I like to cheer for the underdog, and I always feel like the Eastern Conference is an underdog when you compare it to the Western Conference, because they just been stacked for years. If you look, the Warriors, they're outside the playoffs right now, so it's like the boys. It's a tightly contested conference over there, but my Cavs sitting pretty at 47-10. I won't make any predictions for the playoffs just yet. Maybe hit me up in a later podcast. But for now, all I can say is Get your popcorn ready. In the words of Terrell Owens, get your popcorn ready.
That's real good. That's real good. I like that. I like that energy. You know what I'm saying? We'll see you in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I am a Laker fan, so I can't vote for anything that you're talking about out of Cleveland. That means you're a Browns fan, and that means you garbage when it comes to football predictions. I mean, I did see what Myles Garrett, they talking about going to Cowboy land. So just, we ain't gonna go into that. You're gonna take on everything that's Cleveland. Everything that's Cleveland, we're gonna talk about everything that's Cleveland. The Indians, are they still a baseball team? I don't even know. They have been irrelevant for years. Goodness. It was a pun in the Major League movie. Anyway, I digress. I go back. You know that Kobe is better than LeBron. You do agree with that part, right? Even though you're indebted to Cleveland Cavaliers, you will agree that Kobe's better than LeBron.
What's the meter that we're?
Ain't no meter. It's just damn it. Who you think is better?
That's tough, man. That's real tough.
Pull up ESPN ranking for me.
I don't need.
Pull up ESPN for me real quick and see who they got ranked in the top 10.
Hey, so who you got? Kobe or LeBron?
I know Black Mamba, man.
That sounds like a Kobe. That's 2. Where you at? I know you already at LeBron, so that's 1 for LeBron. Where you at? Tiebreaker.
Jeezy used to have a song like that. I used to play Kobe, but now I play LeBron.
Split up the side right here. You know what I'm saying?
So we
don't made our choices. Me and JR chose the right way. I don't know about y'all. So that's why we over here.
We can switch that up.
All right.
We can switch that up. I can switch that up all day. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Sorry,
I don't know what you're talking about.
You can do that.
So let's get it. So what we're saying is, hold on, because we got to put Kobe on top. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We do it like that. That's how we doing it. We do it like that. Yeah, we'll put it like that. But it's cool. It's like 2 sides. That's fine. But it's fine. We all can agree that we Laker fans right now in this time frame. That's one thing we all can agree on. Whether you got here by, LeBron or LA Bron, however you got here, you know what I'm saying? Or you got here because you was part of the truest player to ever play, Kobe Bryant. You know what I'm saying? But you're a part of that Laker Nation now.
Hell, I want to do it this year.
You don't want to be biased. You know what I'm saying? This is the NBA update. You know what I mean? It's just unfortunate that some of us are a team, that old guy that's still playing, and some of us are Team Black Mamba. You know,
James.
Yeah, that's funny. We'll talk about that after the show. But I do want to say this to my partner. You know, what I'm saying, my partner for years. Say, man, fuck that ESPN ratings. Damn it, I don't want to hear nothing about no damn Kobe rated at number 9. Damn it. Because that is some bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, sir, I try to keep it objective as possible. This is all of the sports world coming together on this one platform to give their ranking of the top 100 players in NBA history. And I'm sorry, their criticism is a little bit more constructive, sir. Like I told you.
Yeah.
After you got multiple rings, the rings don't count no more. You got to have something else.
Yeah, well, JR, I know Mr. 81 is rolling over in his grave right now saying, sir, you full of shit. I love you, but you full of shit. Kobe's the best. And you can say whatever about, since you're saying that about the mobile ring argument, Kobe's the best. That's why I'm going to end that tonight. I enjoyed y'all time. If y'all been here this long, like and subscribe. Hit that noti bell. Come back, see us again. And we out. You know what I'm saying? We out. We're going to hit this, this ending right quick. But shout out, you know what I'm saying? Shout out. Peace to all the kings and the queens out there. I know who y'all are. Look, class was definitely in session. We had a great time, great spills. Everybody did their thing. This is what Jacktown about. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we got the NO in the building. We got Jacktown at its finest. You know what I'm saying? We here, you know. Want y'all to come back and enjoy, you know what I'm saying, another session with us again. You know, we got plenty more to come. Plenty more to come. We just wanted to have a little fun with y'all tonight. Enlighten y'all a little bit about some things, not get too touchy and me, you know what I'm saying, something controversial that'll have you so mad that you don't want to watch us again. We want y'all to come back.